An imperfect plan executed is better than a perfect plan not executed, right? You can have the perfect plan, you can have the perfect case, but if you don't do anything on it, you've got to get your bias towards action. So if you find there's things you struggle with, right? Brian Tracy says, how do you eat an elephant? Well, no, Brian Tracy says, eat the frog. You do it first thing in the morning. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So if you're struggling with getting things done, pick the hard thing and say, I'm going to do 10 minutes of hard stuff right now. If you want to struggle with your gym, if you want to go to the gym, you want to work out at a gym, I'm going to go to the gym for 10 minutes today. Just 10 minutes. I guarantee you, once you get in there, as long as you're not in dress clothes and you have your tennis shoes on, you'll do something. And then that creates a habit. Say, I'm going to go to the gym 7 days this week. If you give yourself 1 day off, you're not going to go. And then also that 1 day becomes 2 days, becomes 3 days, becomes 4 days. You say, I'm going to go to the gym every day this week. Just 10 minutes. I guarantee you will start picking up habits. But if you give yourself permission not to go, then there's a breakdown. I'll start next week, right? And how many times do we delay important things in our life? I'll start it next week. I'll start it next week. I'll start it next week. What the science shows is the more that you can force yourself to take some kind of action, the more you will get done, obviously, even if it's imperfect. Your brain will begin to not trust you if you make a promise that you break. So if you say, I'm going to go on a diet this week, and you break that promise, your brain won't trust you the next time. And when you make a promise, you won't follow through on that promise because your brain has already got the neurons are already wired to not diet, to not exercise, to not do that. So if you make a promise to yourself, the most important thing for you to do is do something for that promise. Do one little thing, whatever you can do to honor that promise. Doesn't have to be like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds today. That's not realistic. But if you do one little thing, you begin to wire a sense of accomplishment in your brain, and you become somebody who gets things done. It's not always perfect, but you must force yourself to do this a little bit at a time and pick little goals. Pick the little thing that's bothering you. Pick the little thing that needs to get done. And for my lawyers and for my case managers, there is no perfect case. Do something today. Whatever it is you're putting off, do it today. Just say, I'm going to do this for 10 minutes. And the next thing you know, you already got momentum and you got moving. So that's one thing I want to share this with you guys, because I push back. I hear information all the time and I'm like, wait, you didn't even set yourself up for success there. I know you've been putting it off for a long time. And by the time you put it off too long, I said this to the lawyers in the other room, if you make a mistake you don't want to deal with, come and tell somebody. Because what happens is people just quit. They're like, oh my God, they're going to find these 10 things. And so they quit. Don't do that. Come, talk to us. Let's make a plan together and we can hold you accountable. Make sure you get over the hump. So please, if you've got something you're struggling with, talk to somebody about it. Set a reasonable plan for yourself, but begin to believe in yourself. If you set unrealistic goals or you set a plan that isn't going to work, you're going to be breaking your promise to yourself and it will rewire your entire brain. So let's make a commitment this week to just pick one thing that you've been struggling with and make a commitment and work on it for 10 minutes a day. That's the way. 10 minutes is the minimum. Do 10 minutes, you're going to see your life is different in 6 months.